Okay, everybody, it's that time. Grab your cup, your teapot, your mug, and let's hug a cup. It's hug a cup time, yep. This morning, just as soon as the show was over, he calls me up and he says, "Mom, have you gained 50 pounds? And he just saw me a few days ago. And I said, "No, why?" And he said, "Your face looked this big." And come to find out, Facebook had an update. And his phone and my phone were messing up, but there's a new update. We updated our iPhone operating system, and it messed up all the Facebook stuff. But now we have a Facebook app that works. Finally, my Facebook app was making my face be just my smile, like a Joker smile. And now it's all fixed. I can go back to using the app that I was using. It makes me happy. It's the little things, folks. Anyway, so one of the consequences of us being locked down and in our homes is that we've been eating at home a lot. And we've been going to the grocery store a lot less. But guess what that has done to the people that produce our food? Our pig farmers, our poultry farmers, our egg farmers. They have a glut of eggs. They have a glut of chickens. They have a glut of and there have been some poultry producers that have shut down because of the virus being in their plants. And y'all, if we thought this shutdown was bad, us being home, we need to be ready for shortages in the next couple of months. I know you don't believe me and you don't want to think about it, but we've got to be prepared. So take inventory in your pantries and your refrigerators and get some stuff on your grocery list, because we're gonna have a shortage of eggs. Yeah, we've just been ordered to stay home until May the 8th. May the 8th. That's our Governor Cooper. Yep. I'm not going to cry. Nope, not going to cry, because May the 10th is Mother's Day. May the 10th is Mother's Day. So maybe we can be open for Mother's Day. So, folks, Diane has chickens. I wish I had some chickens right now, but I've got 3 dozen eggs in my refrigerator, so I'm good on eggs, and I'm baking bread. Yeah, the commercial establishments are not buying the food they usually produce and they feed to people, and they're not feeding as many people because they're only doing takeout. So it has to do with our restaurants not being open and people not having jobs. Some people are already having trouble finding eggs. And I don't know how long it takes a chicken to produce an egg. I've never had chickens. My grandmother and my great-grandmother had chickens. In fact, one of my great-grandmother's I got funny stories to tell you. One of my great-grandmother's chickens, she had a rooster. When I was about 5 years old, that rooster chased me, scared the bejesus out of me. And one of my first memories is Uncle Billy. That was my great-grandmother's husband, because her husband had passed away, and she married, which was the custom in those days. She married her husband's single brother, and Uncle Billy lived to be in his 90s, and he was just a big part of the family. But he caught this chicken snake it was just a rat snake of some kind in the hen house, and that chicken snake had swallowed one of the nesting eggs that my great grandfather had in the hen house, and one of the nesting eggs was a golf ball, and those helped the chickens to nest and lay eggs. And he cut that snake's head off and rescued that golf ball. And I remember that as a little kid. I know exactly where on the property he did that. When we drove past it a few years ago, even though they'd widened the road, I knew what ditch that snake was in. And I was 5. So a lot of times one of the substitutes for eggs in recipes is applesauce. Believe it or not, applesauce can help hold things together. So remembering little things like that and being chased by that. And I remember my great-grandmother taking her apron and just waving it like wings to get that rooster away from me. So we don't have chickens here. Don't have chickens. And Robert said our dog would love the chickens. She would just love the chickens to death. Anyway, roosters are territorial. All male animals are pretty much territorial. So let's drink to, fond memories as a child, even scary memories as a child. What are our little kids going to remember about being home? They had mommy with them for 35 days, 36 days. Applesauce isn't oil too, yeah? Mayonnaise is a good idea for a substitute for eggs. I'll have to look it up. But folks, you heard it here first. Just be ready. We might have to do like Chris, one of our members here who's a vegan. We may have to eat more veggies. But, this bread I'm making doesn't have eggs in it. And bread is the staff of life. So we could live on bread and water, I guess. We could do it. We could really do it. So I would like to have a chicken coop. But you got to let the chickens out of the coop every once in a while. What happened to the roses plaque behind you? My rose is over there. There isn't a rose plaque there. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've got some over there, my roses, but not here. Anyway, let me get some comments up here. Now, there's nothing. I call myself a vegetarian. One of my favorite things to eat is sauteed cabbage, but it's got to have bacon in it. It's got to have bacon in it. So yesterday and today and tomorrow are good planting days. So I'm going to take advantage. It's been rainy and nasty here all day. We've had a fire going. We've had a wonderful fire going this afternoon, and I've just been working up a storm. So y'all just take inventory of your pantries and your freezer, what you can fix, and know that we could have some shortages on some things coming up. I hate to see things go to waste. One of my favorite shows on TV is Forged in Fire, and every once in a while they'll have a whole pig that they slice with a sword, to test how good. And it upsets me. It upsets me to no end that they are wasting that pig. And I know it's just my perfectionism, but I just can't hardly stand the thought of somebody being hungry. I can't do it. Just can't do it. So, yeah. Don't like waste. Yeah, Patty's got her fire going too. When you have a cup of tea in your hands are warm and it smells good and you feel the warmth and then you taste it. Mm, and you swallow it and it just warms you all the way down. And you see the tea, although my cup is purple, it's about the color of the tea. You can't really see it, but the cup makes me happy because it's my me time. So and you can hear the water boiling and get excited about, water boiling. So all your senses are excited when you have a cup of tea because I think you're getting ready to sit down and relax. And that's what our body's craving, to sit down and relax for a few minutes with a friend. And look how many friends we have here. Just look how many friends we have here. You've this sitting down at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes some of you it's your lunchtime, but sitting down with friends and having a cup of tea, it really does fix everything. It does. So tea time is calming time. And the tea tastes really good too. Mm. Oh my. Wow. So here's to us. Me time. We do a lot for our families. When I was a county commissioner, my goal was not so much the day-to-day operations of the county. It was to think, T-H-I-N-K, think 20 years ahead of what our little county would need. And we have a lot of wonderful water here. Our county has more waterfalls per capita than any other county in the country. And we have clean water. We have water that comes out of the mountainside. Beautiful water. And I always knew that our water could be great for water people that bottle water, but also great for breweries, and now we have several in this county. Not that we drink a lot of beer or anything, but it's jobs for people. It is jobs for people. And mainly we've been a tourist industry without a lot of factory-based jobs. So having a place for folks to have a job is important to build our economic future. And that's what I was working toward in early 2000s, which is almost 20 years ago. And I feel like we've done a good job, but now here we are, all our restaurants are closed except for the ones doing some takeout, and we're trying to help them by doing takeout 2 or 3 times a week, which it was about the same when we stayed home and when we weren't staying home. So keeping those businesses, and the one business that hasn't been open is our Chinese restaurant. Our Japanese steakhouse has been open, but the Chinese restaurant, which we love our Chinese restaurant people, they're from Cambodia, and they immigrated here. They're U.S. citizens now, and one of our waitresses, I just love Kim, and she loves our tea. But yeah, by the way, she gives me tea, and I give her tea, and she put 2 kids through NC State as engineers. I mean, she has worked hard to put her kids through college. Worked hard. And now I hope they have jobs. But Michael, my engineer, I lovingly call him my geek. His wife is an engineer, and she works down in South Carolina. They live in South Carolina, and she had to take a pay cut. And so I'm ready for us all to get back to work. If we need to stay home another 2 weeks, I can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Another 2 weeks. May the 8th. But May the 8th is when, in our state, I think it should be county-wide who decides. Each county decides when it's time to go back to work, not Raleigh. Because Raleigh is at the other end of the state. It's closer to the coast than it is to the mountains of North Carolina. And I just don't think Raleigh knows what's going on here. If it snows in Raleigh, the whole state shuts down. But, how Raleigh goes is not how the rest of the state goes. We have 7 cases of the coronavirus in our county of 30,000 people. 7. And it's not in our nursing homes. And we have several of those here. So I think we could go back to work. But are they going to go against the governor? Probably not. Probably not. But it's time. I've been looking this afternoon for an antibodies test for my son. He thinks he had the virus in December because he went down in Florida with a bunch of his guy friends and met his family down there, and they had somebody with the group that was from Birmingham that had been to a wedding with people from California. And the people from Birmingham were sick. And Justin caught something. And he got tested and did not have the flu. So he's just been wanting to give plasma. He wants to get tested and give plasma to help folks if he has had this thing. And I think more people have probably had it than haven't had it. Especially in California because it slipped in there. Lisa, where are you from? I've been trying to keep up with a lot of counties. One of my favorite apps is W Underground. We can go 2 miles in the state of Georgia. We haven't had any deaths in our county. None. So I'm looking forward to when we can all have an antibodies test on our own time and see what our infection rate is. That'd be great to know. That would be great to know. And then sooner than later, we're going to have a vaccine, hopefully. But we've never had a vaccine for HIV or for MERS or H1N1. We don't have those tests either. And there's some evidence that if you don't have a bad case of the virus, you get blue toes. Like the circulation gets cut off in your toes and they turn kind of bluish and pinkish and reddish, like you've got frostbite. Fingers too. So if you've had some weird symptoms like that and you lose your sense of taste and smell, that's another one. My grandmother was in a nursing home in Mayfield. Yep, she was. So folks, I'm ready to get back to work. I haven't stopped working, but I'm ready for our little restaurants to go back to work and people not be afraid. Fear is of the devil. Fear is of the devil. Let's quit being afraid. Let's learn the things we have learned. Let's take them to heart. I mean, Robert was telling me a while ago that he saw an article in Wired magazine that said if you're going to work from home, you need to get up and get dressed to your shoes. Can you imagine? He said, honey, they're saying what you tell everybody. Well, I learned this from Mary Kay. Get up and get dressed. She said high heels, but I'm not going to wear high heels. And you got to make sure you're getting your vitamin D and you have zinc and take care of yourself. And if you're going to work from home, you need to be dressed. You can't go from bed with bed head to your laptop. You can't do it because Lord knows you'll have to get on Skype with somebody. Somebody asking a question. Yep, my grandmother was from Mayfield, Kentucky. She's born and raised in Graves County and died in Graves County. Yep, that's home for me. My mother was born at my great-grandmother's house, which was on the county line, on the state line I was baptized in Bell City and the little area that Palmersville. Yeah. But she was right on the state line. And I'll think of the little town in a minute. Yeah, my vitamin D, I only take one a week. And when I'm trying to keep from getting sick, I take one on Wednesday and one on Saturday. But they're mega doses. It's 50 microunits of this. This is my vitamin D. I love this stuff. I've been taking this for 15 years. So folks, Boydsville is the name of the little town where my mother, real close to that's where my grandmother went to church in Boydsville. Yep. I had aunts I just had people all over. Your mama was born in Palmersville? So was my mama. Anyway, let's stay healthy, everybody. Let's drink our water, stay hydrated, practice blowing up balloons because it's good for your lungs, and get your vitamin C in, and we can do it. I love you all. Thanks for spending time with me this afternoon. It's been a kind of needed event, but I want you to be prepared. We started talking about this virus in January, and we were ready. We were ready for it. You had food in your homes. You haven't had to suffer without having any food. We were ready. So let's be ready for some shortages. And let's get some alternative meat products in, like veggies. Let's get some veggies in. Let's get some food in that we can feed our families, because we might not be able to get eggs and bacon and all kinds of good stuff. I'm going to put bacon on the list right now. I've got 2 packages, so I need to get 2 more. That get me through anything. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see you in the morning at 11 o'clock. I can't eat grapefruit, y'all, because I take a blood pressure medication, and the grapefruit interferes with the blood pressure. So we're all ready for this to be over. I can't wait to see how Georgia does when they open things up. And the one thing I have run out of that I can't get is my lipstick, because my lipstick is from Bobbi Brown, and I only buy like 1 tube every couple of years, but I'm doing 2 shows a day, so I'm really going through it, and I am scraping the bottom of the barrel. Wait till I show you my lipstick tube. I mean, I've taken a Q-tip and I'm getting it out of there, and it was kind of interesting. I'm going to run out of lipstick. I've got some chapstick, but guess what? It's gummy feeling. I don't like it. And I have used every drop of lipstick I have. So I had a friend, the mother of one of my friends from high school. She says, I don't know what I'm going to do. She says, I'm out of chapstick. And somebody in her town saw her post on Facebook and left 4 tubes of chapstick on her front porch. How sweet was that? Where do you get your vitamin D? Where do I get everything, y'all? Amazon. It's called Biotech D350. Stop the tape and then you can see it. And it's over the counter. I love it. It's got 100 capsules, which is good for 2 years. Yep, I've gone through everything. Sephora doesn't have my color. Try QVC. Bob, that's a good idea, Kathy. I'll do that right now. Lipstick changes colors on me, which is weird. And I can't use Burt's Bees because I'm allergic to things. I'm allergic to honey. So I can't do that. So I have to be careful with Burt's Bees stuff. I really do. So I take my D3 on Wednesday, which is anti-procrastination day, and on Saturday. So I'm taking 100,000 micro units a week. Oh, that's right. Leanne said we've got some vitamin D coming soon too. Yeah, where do we get everything? Especially now. Especially now. Well, y'all, have a good rest of the day. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.